Steve from Custom Table Tennis, and we're just going to revisit the long Pimple bats, because actually we had a phone call, somebody who wanted a bat and he'd seen our video, and he said we overcomplicated it, and you know, we're open to criticism, and I absolutely agree. It was pretty full on, so we're going to keep it really simple. Two of the components are going to stay the same. So what I'll do first, I'll start with the blade. So what we've got the slowest, most controllable version. I haven't got my chart with me, but this is about 90 control and about 70 speed. So it's the most controlled blade that we've got. I know people like to know these things, so I'm quickly going to just measure the blades, because we've got it in 3 handle choices, but the rest of the choices are going to be more simplified than that. So what we've got on the narrow part, we've got 27.35 going up to 33 at the widest, and then we've got a thickness of 25.66. I'm going to come back to the bat in a moment. And then on the what we've got the anatomic. So if you didn't know, the anatomic, very comfortable grip. It's got a little bit of a bump here, and it goes in and then comes out a little bit. The theory is that that bit there sits in the hollow of your hand, and I must admit it's quite comfortable. So what I'll do is I'll go at the widest part, which is about there, which is 28, going into 27. I mean, it's so subtle, you're talking very subtle, and then you're splaying out to 31, and then the overall thickness is 24 about. So that's that one. And then the straight, which straight is just straight up and down like that. It's been around for years. I'm actually pleased with that. It fits nicely in the hand. Some of the other brands can be a bit, so that's just short of, it's around about 20, well it is 29, so it's 29 by 24.67. so that's the blades taken care of. We don't have, for an all-round blade, this is as much control as you got, unless you go to a defensive blade, and we're going to do a review hopefully next week regarding defensive blades. So that's the all-round blade, so that's going to be the basis of the bat. So you've got 3 handle choices. I'll put those to one side. Now the rubber we're going to go with, I'm going to bring it out of the packet as well. We've tested it several times now, and we think it's not going to be overly quick on the all-round blade. And then the first Pimple that we've got on there is Lion Claw, but I'm going to come back to the Pimples in a moment. So let's just do the reverse first. Don't worry about what it says on there. 94, 90, 88 and 77. Bit of a pinch of salt with this, but it's made in China, but it's a very good intermediate rubber. In fact, there's players better than intermediate that's got this. We like it because we're not too sticky on this one. In fact, I probably should have got that started for myself, but there you go. It's Friday, isn't it? It's gonna be Friday. So there you go. So let's have a look. Yeah, very mildly tacky, if anything. So good combination, whichever Pimple that you select. And we've got a price point on this one at the moment. We're not up to Christmas yet or the New Year, but it's $54.99. So if you're a coach, if you want to try long Pimples, if you want to, the best thing to do if you struggle against long Pimples is to get a bat with long Pimples and see how they work. Learn how they work rather than just moan about it, saying that they should be banned and all this sort of thing that we hear all the time. But the first thing we're going to look at then, we've had a look at that one. We like that rubber, and it's a nice lightweight rubber as well. So speaking of weight of the overall bat, what will you do? You get your box with it. You'll get your Gambler Zero there. We'll tell you what it is. We'll tell you what the blade weight is before we start. And look at that nice lightweight bat. And then you've got the Lion Claw, which I've used it on and off over the years. I can still use it now. It has quite good effect, and it's probably your starting point at $54.99. So that's the blade and the forehand rubber taken care of. What we'll have a look now, we'll bring them in one by one. So we've got the GS Special. What does that mean? It's got a glue sheet on, and it makes it easier for us to assemble the bat when we're sending lots of bats out, and Pimples are notoriously difficult to get on. So that's just the packet from that one that I've already made there. So I didn't take no time to get, but look at that. Have a closer look. Made to perfection. You can get that off on the glue sheet and then store it. So made to perfection round the edges. We've got a bit of spin lord tape on there because it just fit nicely, and the corresponding colours with the blue. Yeah, some people are, you know, like to see it all colour coordinated, and why not? So that's the bat. The next one we're going to look at, well, I didn't get them out of the packets, did I? But do you know what? I don't really need, well, I will do. I'm going to say I don't really need to get them out of the packets, but I'm trying to make it quick because not everybody's interested in pimples. I mean, we are. But what we like about the Dawn and Glance is probably, it's your next step up for effectiveness, I would say. And what it is, some people say it's more effective than, but what it actually is, I don't know if you can hear that, pick that up there, it's each pimple is a little bit tacky, hence why it's got this on. Very effective long pimple rubber. We're going to do more of pimples later. I say this is just a skirt through to introduce all the pimples. Look at the reviews on YouTube. We're going to put some on as well. We're going to get some top players to test all these, and we're going to get them categorized and in order. But this is the order that we think they are. So that will be your next effective, I should say. But it's debatable, and it depends what you want to do with the pimples in the first place. So we've got the Dawn and Glance. Yeah, I didn't get them out of the packets because setting up, we've got a busy day ahead. I wanted to get this out. So just look at that. I just think that packet's amazing. Sebastian Sauer from Sauer and Troger, who actually developed the Hellfire, which is coming up next. Very, very effective pimples. And what we've found with the new ball, just look, if you can get in on that, just look at the spacing of the pimples, which gives them, with the weight of the ball, depending on the spin already imparted on the ball, the bend and flex all over the place, and the ball can wobble, nice and soft. Not had any problems with pimples breaking. We just recently discontinued one of the brands because the pimples were breaking off for fun. So we've not had any reports of any problems with these at the moment. So it's all looking good with the new Sauer and Troger Monkey. But it's just worth buying it just for the packet. Look at that. And then we've got the number 2. These are actually our best 5 selling rubbers on our list, I think. Or give or take, there might be one that might be on there, but ordinarily there's a reason why they're the best selling rubbers, and it's because they work. So I know when Hellfire first came out, loads of people went from frictionless to the Hellfire, and Sebastian Sauer developed it himself. I'll let you have a look at the packet. You can hold on there if you want. I should have done that with the other packets as well. In fact, I'll just go backwards a little bit. So that's the Hellfire X. Let's have a look at the Monkey. You can freeze on there and read what you like. And then finally, because I didn't, we've got the Dawn and Glance, founded in 2009. Not likely at all that this will ever come on off the ITTF approved list. Pimples crop up all the time, and then the following year when you want some, they've gone. But we know for a fact that these are going to be around for a long time. So the Hellfire X, we had the original Hellfire. Now the X version, based on our sales, this is probably, I think this is our #1 best-selling rubber on the Pimple. Yeah, it's a good price point as well. I haven't gone through all the prices, but the prices will be relevant. There'll be at least £5, £6, £7 off the old bat difference to if you put it all in the basket yourself. But again, look at the spacing, very soft and pliable. People say that they break, but I don't know what they do. They must be hitting harder than me, or they must have had them on really hard blades, because I've never broken a Pimple. Yeah, so Hellfire X, that's your other choice. And then finally, and I've not got one because I just sent it out and I thought, oh damn, I didn't have one to show you. But we've got the Grass D.Tec, and some people will argue that this is the most effective long pimple that you buy. In the glue sheet, with a glue sheet already attached, it comes at a premium. It's $49.99 a sheet in the UK, and then you got your blade and your other rubber. But I would say if you're just coming to Pimples for the first time, I don't think you'll be starting here. I think you'll be with the Lion Claw and then see how you get on. I mean, the Lion Claw bat is virtually half the price, same price as the actual this piece of rubber. So let's have a look at the packet. You've got a little bit of information on there. Players who use this, well, we've got over in Leeds, we've got John Chu, who used to use it back in the day. Virtually all the players in Leeds, bar one or two, have got this particular rubber, but then they've been playing with Pimples for years. We've got Shariar Masoodi, one of the top coaches in the area. We've got, as I said, John Chu, who used it, and who's a coach who can coach you with long Pimples if you want to go down that route. Why would you want to use long Pimples? And people say, oh, it's cheating, it's this and that, and I think it's nonsense. The guy who rung me up, one of the things he said was he'd had a stroke and he couldn't move around, and he was just getting back into it, and he wanted to do some exercise. He just didn't want to sit there watching daytime TV, and he goes to U3A. And why would he not want to put some Pimples on to control the ball and get it back on the table and what have you? And also, if you've been playing reverse for years, you might want a little change. You're getting on in years and you're not, you've got all the shots, but if you've not got the footwork to get to the ball, like me these days, waiting for a hip, why not give it a go? So this is a little bit of a fire through video, because we did one before and it was overcomplicated. I hope this has simplified it, so let's just run through it again. So the first thing you need to decide, and you need to decide what handle shape you want. You've got the straight, the anatomic and the flared, and we would say based on 100 sales that we'd probably sell 85 with flared, maybe 10 straight and 5. It varies from time to time, but the majority of players will use the flared. If you want to twiddle, by the way, which is turning the bat round in your hand, twiddling it round and then playing shots like that, learning to play with Pimples on your backhand and then turning it around to use the reverse on your backhand and really confuse your opponent, you probably want the straight or the anatomic. So a little look at the new Pimple bats. They'll be on our website before the end of the day. Think carefully, get your handle sorted what you want, and then run. If you're just wanting to start out, I would recommend the Lion Claw on the bat at $54.99, saving you about £7 or £8 if you put it all in the basket and built it yourself. So we've done the hard work for you. Another thing is coaches like these as well, so they can teach the youngsters how to play against Pimples. Better to learn how to play against it than just moan about it and what have you. Just learn how to play against it, and then you'll be happy. So anyway, it's Friday. We're going to get these on the website, and then we'll see you next time next week. Hit the like and subscribe. If you've got any comments or you don't agree with us, just put it in the comments. These might not be the most effective blades for long Pimples, but we're going to get to that coming up. We're going to put some top defensive blades that top players use and pit them against each other and find out which is the most effective. Anyway, Steve from Custom Table Tennis. Hit the like and subscribe, and until the next time, bye for now.